Riccardo, first of all, thank you so much for giving us your time and welcome to Goodwood. It's just fantastic to see you. Yesterday, out on the track, Patrese back in a Brabham BMW. What was it like?
Well, definitely it was a big pleasure for me. It's a car that I won a Grand Prix and we won the championship in 1983. And the curiosity to come back and drive that car after 33 years was really big. Because, you know, I said, I knew that it was a difficult car to drive because in those days turbo cars, they were a difficult machine to drive. So I said, maybe I'm not able to do it now after 33 years. But in the moment I went into the car, I got really very familiar with it and everything came easy. All the memories as I had to do to start and to use the throttle, you know, I came back as it was yesterday that I stopped driving it.
Some drivers say it's like meeting an old girlfriend again.
Yeah, let's say yes, like this. It's like to meet an old friend, or like you know. To ride a bicycle. When you learn, then you never stop doing it.
These cars had the most fantastic power. I think you had about 800 brake horsepower for a race and maybe 1200 in qualifying.
Yeah. There was a big difference between race spec and qualification spec, but in qualification really was a big challenge to drive because the kick that we had from the back really was big and a lot of push from the engine, but a lot of delay in the response of the throttle. So because we were putting a big turbine to produce the power, and because of that really we needed a technique that we had to brake and anticipate with the throttle to accelerate early and wait for the power to come in, but sometimes the power was not coming in the right moment and you could have problem for spin. But you know, knowing the reaction of the engine, then with testing and practice we could manage really to have the best out of it. Also because in qualifying we had also qualifying tires. And the qualifying tires, they were providing a lot of grip. And because of that, the grip from the tires and the superpower, we were doing laps times maybe 5 seconds quicker than the race configuration. But it was really a nice feeling and really a big fight with the car to have the best out of it.
Tell me, for Italian racing drivers, Ferrari is the big thing, and especially for the fans, of course. Why is it in Italy that it's all about Ferrari? Do you understand why that is?
Well, okay, Ferrari did the history of Italian motor racing because since the 50s he had winning cars, brilliant drivers. And that, of course, put Ferrari Scuderia in a position that all the Italian people liked very much. But there was a time that maybe Ferrari was not at the top, and maybe some Italian driver it was at the top, as myself. And sometimes it was difficult for myself to accept that Italian people they were fencing Ferrari and not an Italian driver, as it happened in Imola '83 with the BT52 that I crashed in Acque Minerali while I was winning the Grand Prix, and all the Italian people they were cheering up a lot because behind me there was Tambay with the Ferrari, and that is a big, you know, okay, Ferrari is a big thing for Italy, but also Italian drivers, they are important, I think. Being Italians, but you know, really there is this dream of Ferrari in Italy that sometimes is over everything, and as we were saying before, a thing like a Goodwood in Italy probably is not possible to work as it is, because Italy is just Ferrari, and there is not really a culture of motor racing as there is here in England. And the pleasure to see all the cars of the world and all the drivers of all the world, so maybe in Italy, doesn't work.
This is like a sort of living museum, isn't it, the Festival of Speed? I mean, you must know so many people here, and you've seen so many cars that you used to race against. It must be a great feeling for you to still be amongst all this atmosphere.
Yeah, in effect, the atmosphere in Goodwood is something unique and very, very special. You come here because you know that you meet old friends, you can see the best classic cars in the world, and the car that you drove and the car that you fight against. And the fans, they are really very much enthusiastic about the fact that they can come close to you and ask autographs. And the good thing is that they come with the most strange pictures of your career, and sometimes I'm really surprised to see scenes that I forgot completely, or maybe I never saw before. And also that is a very interesting aspect, because you come and you remember, you have the memories coming back, and it's really fantastic to be in this atmosphere. And also it's fantastic to be close to Lord March that create all of this, because really is a fantastic person, a very good friend, always very kind, and the organization is fantastic. So really I like to come here, and the first time I came I didn't know what was on, and it was many years ago, and the morning that I opened the window and I look around, I said, what's going on here? Maybe we are at the British Grand Prix, not at the Festival of Speed, because the glamour and the atmosphere is so close to a real racing meeting that I was really very surprised.
Finally, when you look back on a long career, you had an amazing long career. What for you is sort of the greatest moment? Was it with Brabham BMW and Bernie Ecclestone's team and all of that, or not? What would you say was the best time for you?
Best time, I cannot say best time. All my Formula One time, I think it was the best, because of course, I think that definitely, I say this because I am a lucky person to have been a Formula One driver for a long period, 17 years, in a dangerous period, and I'm still here and I can talk about it. So for me, all Formula One period was, but also because with all the person I work in Formula One, I always had a fantastic relationship. And I tried to have also a very good human relationship with the person I work. And this is because maybe I last so long in Formula One, because it's not that I have been always at the top. I've been at the top and at the low. And in Formula One, when you are at the low, if you don't have a good reputation, you are out. And I think I could survive Formula One for so many years because of this good relationship I create with the team I work at. Then from the satisfaction point of view, of course, I have moments that I remember better than others. For example, when I won Monte Carlo in 1982 with the Brabham, or when I won Kyalami with the Brabham. But in the same time, it was very good when I was then with Williams, and after a long period not winning from 83 to 90, when I went back to that circuit where I had that frustration of 83 in Acque Minerale, and I won in 1990 the Grand Prix in front of a Ferrari of Gerhard Berger in this kind. So, there are moments that definitely they are in my mind with special moments, but generally I speak that all my career in Formula One was very good, and I remember with a lot of pleasure.
Thank you so much, and it's great to see you back in the car, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, and pleasure to be with you, and I hope you enjoy here in Goodwood this fantastic scenery, and for sure we will see back next year. Thank you.